Hi there, Leo. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading. And this is for, usually I just do for a week, but this is for 3 months. So this is from July 11th right through till October 11th. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to be on an adventure for the summer, and I probably won't have reliable internet. And so I won't be able to necessarily be regular with uploading videos. So I'll do this one, and that'll cover the whole time that I'm away. And then imagine I'll see you in fall. Okay, so let's get into this reading. And you know, as I was asking for the whichever cards were suitable, I was saying which the dates were that I was looking at that we're, you know, asking for the guidance for. And so that way it makes it just a longer reading. All right, let's see what we've got here. Okay, so first thing that your angels want you to know is that if you don't ask for what you want, you can't get it. Yeah, and that's not quite always true. I mean, sometimes that's the vibe you're giving off and that's what will come to you. But when there's something, you know, that you're thinking, oh man, I really want that, you need to ask. Our guardian angels, they often, you know, yes, they can read our energy and things like that, but they cannot intervene unless we ask them. We are human, we have free will, and so that's why they can't intervene. It's why we have to not quite verbalize it, but be very deliberate in our request. Okay, and so when there's something that you want, you need to communicate it. And so we're talking not only about your angel team, we're talking about the people around you as well. They can't read your mind as much as you want them to, as much as sometimes you're just tired and you don't want to have to spell it out. You want somebody to just know. Sorry, you have to spell it out. You have to say it. And you know, there's an underlying energy here that sometimes you've been expecting somebody to know what it is you need, and they have not been providing that, and so now you're getting resentful. Don't be resentful of that. You haven't communicated what you wanted, so how can they possibly know that that's what you need? Right? You got to take the bull by the horns yourself and communicate. Okay, clear communication with yourself and with others helps you avoid misunderstandings and speeds up the process of answered prayers. There you go. And this is the Archangel Gabriel deck, and Gabriel is the angel of communication. So there you go. You have to express yourself. Okay. Now, do you realize? No, I'm being told that you don't. You don't realize how unique you are, how special you are, how beautiful you are. You know, we are all human. Yeah, we all do things differently. Sometimes how we do it doesn't suit somebody else. But you know what? Somebody else isn't you. You're the one who gets to decide how you are going to act and react and behave and be. And how you are is independent of anybody else. Even if 10 people said to you that they don't like how you do whatever, if you like how you do whatever, then keep doing it. If you don't like it, now you got to change it. Right? So you are you. You are supposed to be you. You're not supposed to be everybody else or how everybody else wants you to be. You're supposed to be you, how you are. Okay. Nobody else's opinion matters as much as yours. So when somebody else has, I don't know, like an excessive interest in how you are and how your behavior is or whatever, generally it means that something about your behavior is triggering them. And their triggers are their responsibility. Okay, all right. Now, it seems that part of your life purpose involves children and helping them, guiding them, teaching, hanging out, playing, letting them be themselves, and kind of guiding without smothering them, guiding without trying to change them. So, it's like, as you observe the children in your care, you can also learn how to be your own unique self, because children tend to be themselves. As long as we don't intervene too much, they will just naturally be themselves, and they'll be beautiful and bubbly and loving and sparkling. And that's the best. We need to not starch that out, right? And so as you observe these kids that you're around, take some lessons, take notes of how to be like that. Many of us, when we were growing up, the thought process of the time was that kids had to conform to, society and blah, 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 all that stuff, seen and not heard, all that kind of thing. We're getting better, I hope, at guiding kids as they grow up. And hopefully we're getting better at allowing them to continue to be themselves. And so you can be instrumental in that with the kids that you're with. Okay. Yeah, and between you, you'll help each other. Right. Okay. Now, there's something that you're considering making a change or something like that. It's not time yet. For right now, stay where you're at. You could make a change, but it won't be positive like you're thinking it will. Just stay doing what you're doing for right now, and notice the things that you really like about it. Even if you can only come up with one thing, really concentrate on that. Really focus on that beautiful thing that you appreciate, that you love about there, that, that's the greatest. And then more things like that will follow. If there's 2 things, then focus on those 2 things. If there's 10 things, focus on those 10 things. The things that you don't like, don't even think about those. Just ignore them, walk away from those parts, whatever it takes, right? Focus on the good parts and stay. And at some point it feels like not too distant future, then there will be indications, there will be very, very clear signs that now it's time. Yeah, because, when you focus on the garbage, the parts that make you really want to leave, then whatever you're going toward is going to end up with very similar icky parts, because that's what you're focusing on. Focus on the good stuff, and that way whenever something comes to replace this, it will have the parts to appreciate more than anything else. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Do you have a new project on the go, though? Like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into a reality. So, yeah, you can be planning this. You can be, still stay where you're at And perhaps this new project is to do with this, with staying here. Perhaps it's to do with moving on to the next new thing. So, either way, there's a lot of project development time before you put it into action, actually. And so spend your time figuring out the details, the timelines, what step is next, all those kinds of things. And then when it's time, when it's ready, then it'll be easy to lift off, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and let it spark you, right? Let it get your passion all fired up so that you're feeling really good about that. All right. And so the last card in your reading here is really fun. It says explore. Huh. Explore. So, okay, there's multiple topics going on here. For some of you, this means, kind of locally, go look at the things that are in your area and find out what's around. And you'll just, like, I'm being told that you will find some really cool things that you didn't even know were there. And you'll have a lot of fun doing this, and it will feed your soul, and you'll feel so good. For others, this is a bit of a further afield thing, like it's maybe travel and things like that, and exploring new areas. And so, we all probably are aware of the fun and the benefits of travel. So there's that. For some of you, this is exploring your own inner self and figuring out what makes you tick, what makes you trigger, what makes you feel the absolute biggest joy. Exploring your own true self goes right along with this "You Are Special" card, and learning who you are and really who you want to be. Okay, that's quite the reading. So now we're going to ask for one last bit of wisdom here from the daily guidance cards. And we'll ask your guardian angels to provide us with a bit more. There's the last card. Yeah, heart chakra. Okay, so go see somebody who's a practitioner of energy healing and get them to clear all your chakras and put everything in balance. Clear blockages, make sure everything's happening as it should. It feels like there's some kind of a hardness in a way, something that's gotten stuck that is keeping you in a state of unforgiveness. And it's not necessarily that. It's it almost feels like guilt. Now, in some cases, guilt is, it's what you feel. You feel like you've wronged somebody. In other cases, it's a kind of a fallback, keeping you limited in a way. And so in both cases, you need to really clear that. So, like, if it's truly something that you feel you need to make amends for, then do that. Don't let this keep limiting you. There's no harm and there's no shame in reaching out to somebody to make amends. Especially when you don't do it, it hurts you, it continues to hurt you. So, yes, you can do it. You can clear your heart chakra. Okay. Well, Leo, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very, very much. And I love you. And I'll see you in fall.